How's it going, everyone? Mick Ambrose from AllAboutTech. Welcome back to another video. Today, it's another episode of Crypto News Weekly. And before I get into the Crypto News Weekly, I just have a little bit of news about Electroneum. Obviously, the coin I cover pretty much everything on my channel for. But yeah, it was something I forgot to mention in my last video. It happened last week, but they've actually been listed on a brand new exchange. This exchange is called bitliber or bitliber. But yeah, they're a new exchange founded in 2018. And whilst their trade volume, there's next to no trade volume. I just wanted to give you guys the news of it because they've got two pairings, which are for Bitcoin and for Monero. So there's a Monero pairing for ETN. But yeah, the main points with this exchange that I want to put out there is that one is that it's 0% trade commissions. So there's no trade fees. And then withdrawal fees is only 2 ETN, which is much better than other exchanges. So yeah, I'll pop a link in the description. Go check them out at your own free will. I'll pop the website and on part of my video for you to have a look at it. It looks simple, but at the same time, there's not many pairings on it at all. Could grow in the future. Might not grow in the future. It might just stay as a small exchange. But either way, it's news about Electroneum. It's another exchange listing which I thought I'd just share with you. And just to let everybody know as well, Cryptopia's wallets are out of maintenance after the fork. They came out of maintenance a couple of days ago. I just forgot to tell everyone. So yeah, you can deposit and withdraw into Cryptopia as normal again. So that's absolutely fantastic. So moving on into Crypto Weekly News, I've picked 3 stories which got my attention. And the first news story is about a major futures exchange, CBOE, that have filed for a Bitcoin ETF. And what that does is they're a major futures exchange, and for them to file this ETF, to file for a Bitcoin ETF, it helps to increase the probability of ETFs being approved by the SEC. So that's really important for another step further for legitimizing the market. And what this does essentially is it enables investors in the public markets to trade Bitcoin and to invest in Bitcoin. Like I said, it's another step towards the acceptance of crypto in a more regulated space. And there's only 2 other futures exchanges or financial institutions that have applied for Bitcoin ETFs, and the other 2 are SolidX and Gemini. Gemini being the Winklevoss twins exchange. I know they had an application for Bitcoin ETF rejected by the SEC, and that was down to internationally unable to regulate. But that was some time ago. So now, hopefully, with the CBOE futures exchange applying for the Bitcoin ETF, hopefully they've become closer to the point where the SEC can actually approve of this, and then it will bring a whole new flow of liquidity into the cryptocurrency market. CBOE have announced that it is just Bitcoin that they will do an ETF on. It'll be a Bitcoin only ETF, and maybe the biggest deal about this whole thing is that the CBOE exchange, the investors that trade on the Bitcoin ETF or take an investment out on the ETF, they will be insured, so they're protected basically, and that is a really big deal in terms of new investments coming in, and especially for the approval by the SEC for the Bitcoin ETF. insurance on your investment in case it gets hacked or something is massively important. So so that's really good news. Second story I want to talk about today is the it's the news that Walmart have they've turned to blockchain to help improve their delivery system / service for their customers and for their back end system. What they want to do is they want to use a blockchain public ledger to basically file like stock records and things like that. What this does is that it makes sure that all the stock's correct at all times, and the way that they that it's looking like they're going to do that is by every single delivery point / delivery hub will act as a node, and then obviously the public ledger will be their massive stock list or whatever, and then they can determine from that if there's sufficient stock, etc. And for a delivery system, obviously knowing what stock you have is vitally important, because otherwise customers' deliveries will be delayed if there's not the sufficient stock, etc. And what this also allows for, like the back end for the staff and stuff, is it allows for a more robust stock check, where it's a lot harder for, like, say, for shrinkage and wastage to be unaccounted for. Basically, what shrinkage is basically where products are not there when the stock level says that they're there. So obviously, technically, the business is losing money because of a stock check saying that the product is there, but actually, in fact, it isn't there. And then waste is like damaged goods and stuff, and then obviously that has to be reflected upon the stock records as well. So using a public ledger, all nodes, all delivery hubs have to agree with this public ledger. So if they're all counting their stock, and then it all matches up, etc., then it's much better for, like, say, like the cycle of stock checking and stuff in future, which is absolutely fantastic. It's a good step, and it's a good use case for blockchain. As you can see now, a lot of the big companies, the big players are starting to turn to blockchain as for various reasons as well, and that is what we're looking for. That's what we aim to see in crypto, which is great. I mean, Walmart is a huge brand. I mean, for those of you in the UK like myself, you'll all be aware of Asda. Well, Walmart owns Asda. That's how big Walmart are. So moving on to the third story of this episode, and that is that Delaware have awarded IBM with a $738,000 contract to develop a blockchain filing system. Now, this filing system is to be used to help businesses in Delaware specifically to improve their filing systems, etc., within their businesses. And what Delaware are looking to do is, this is just a prototype contract that they will then make a decision on what the benefits are to using blockchain for this filing type system, and then they'll make a decision on whether or not to issue out a larger contract to scale up the system. So this is just a prototype at the moment, and once again, it's an example of IBM just dominating, and IBM will dominate the blockchain sector, because they, in terms of technology and computing and EPOS systems, IBM is used everywhere. It is used absolutely everywhere. There's actually an IBM research research center in it's quite near where I live. It's only about a 40-minute drive from where I live, and it's literally in the middle of the countryside, completely out the way, and it's where they do a lot of their researching into products and stuff. Maybe I'll sneak down there and have a look, see if there's any blockchain stuff going on. Nah, I doubt it. But no, this is just another example of IBM seeing blockchain as having a huge future. and which goes on to me telling you guys about the $740 million contract that IBM were awarded by the Australian government to develop blockchain tech and other like fintech, and not just fintech but other technological systems as well. Not just in blockchain, that's for overall, but it just shows IBM leading the pack as such, for research and development of technology, and it's really exciting. It's really exciting to see states like Delaware. Well, I don't know if I'm going to sound really stupid, but is Delaware a state or is it just a city? Let me know in the comments below. I feel really stupid for not knowing that, but no, like I said, it's really cool that Delaware are investing in finding out just how beneficial blockchain technology is. The same with Walmart turning to blockchain for a delivery type system, to help with their stock record keeping and things like that. Obviously, CBOE, massive futures exchange, filing for an ETF, a Bitcoin ETF, and then to top it all off, just the news about ETN hitting a new exchange, bitliber. All links to articles and the exchange bitliber will be in the description. I hope you liked this video, something a bit different, not just talking about Electroneum every single video, but obviously I'm very passionate about Electroneum, so I'm going to keep posting videos about Electroneum. So if you're getting bored, I'm sorry, but all about tech, all about Electroneum, I guess. But yeah, like this video, subscribe to the channel. If you're new, please subscribe to the channel. It doesn't cost you a penny, but it really means a lot to me. It really helps me. I'm always trying to develop my channel into bigger and better things, and I've got a lot coming for you guys. So subscribe to the channel, comment down below, and I'll catch you guys out in the next video. Peace out.